Hello and welcome to 950 Radio's post-game show. I am your host, Jaymie. Hello. Normally I have my co-host Jason here with me. He is not able to make it tonight, so it's just going to be me. I'm going to do a little solo show here real quick. Get you guys caught up on all of the news that happened during the bye week. Hope you guys all had a great bye week and got some relaxation in and whatnot and enjoyed the time off. Also, before we get into all of that, first things first, follow us on our social media pages. We're on Twitter at NanoFaithfulR, and we're at NanoFaithful Radio on Facebook and Instagram. And I believe NanoFaithful Radio on Twitch as well. If you follow any of those, you'll find links to the other social media platforms. So as long as you find one, you should be able to find the other ones. And yeah, that's where you can keep up to date with all of us. Alrighty. So let's get into the first one. Well, we are back. We have a primetime game this weekend, this Sunday night against the LA Chargers. And so that would be cool. Just wanted to hope you guys had, like I said, hope you guys had a great bye week. Hope you guys are ready to go back. We have a few things to go over. Some stuff did happen during the bye week. Not too much, but we did have some things that happened. Jeff Wilson was traded to Miami. Jason Verrett tore his Achilles, so he is out, and stuff like that. So what we will do is I'm going to run through these little presser clips real quick. Let's see. Is this one? Oh, wait, we got a comment. Hello, Damien. Hello. Oh, glad you guys are here. It's nice. I know I'm a little bit early. I normally we go around 7, but I got off work early, so wanted to hop on a little bit early. I'm gonna run through these pressers real quick, guys. To those who are listening, if you have any comments, I will address them after I go through the pressers, and we can talk about them then. So I will have time for all of that. Just let me run through. There's only like 4 of the pressers, so it's not too bad. Here's the first one. This is a little funny one. This is a funny little clip about us beating the Rams a couple of weeks ago. All right. Here we go. Here is John Lynch on the Jeff Wilson trade.
Yeah. So Miami, we've been, they reached out probably the first time, I don't know, a week ago, and just kind of conceptually talked about having interest in Jeff. Everything kind of went quiet, and we really, as Kyle has communicated with you guys, we were really not looking to move him. Jeff had communicated with us, and so, in a fashion that, of course, he loved it here, but he also is loving being an integral part of a football team. And once we did the Christian deal, kind of seeing Elijah close to returning, that, man, he wanted the opportunity to continue to be able to do that. And we assured him how much we valued him, but that if all those things came to fruition and there was a team, that was willing to give what we deemed the appropriate price, that we try to work with him. But also said, Jeff, you're too important to us. We believe we have the team to do it, and you're very important to that. And, Miami came hard probably, yesterday, but then, all the way down to this morning. Fifth is kind of where Kyle and I had it set, and they ended up giving it. And at that point, we felt like, as hard as it was, when I talked to Jeff to tell him, he was on the plane going back to Texas, pilot talking and all of that. And so you like doing these things in person, but that was the flow of the timing. And, at first Jeff was excited. He felt like Miami was a great spot, obviously knows Mike and the crew. And then the emotions hit him. And, I was able to share with him that, like, look, you're not only one of my favorite players that I've ever had the opportunity to be around, you're one of my favorite people. And I think Jeff feels the same way. Undrafted free agent who really has been a tremendous story here. His perseverance, coming off countless injuries and playing the way he's played, and always got a smile on his face. He's a special player. So tough to do, but felt like the value, especially in light of what we gave to get Christian, was something that we couldn't pass up on. So we made the deal. Yeah.
Okay, so that was long-winded. Didn't realize it was going to be that long. So Jeff Wilson got traded, which I think did not come as a shock to a lot of people. Damien, I'm going to address your comment in just a second. I'm going to play the Jason Verrett comment, and then I'll get to yours because it ties in. If you're still listening. The Jeff Wilson trade makes sense, though, because it says we did get McCaffrey and Mitchell's coming back from injury, and we have some depth there. It makes sense. And like Lynch said, they got the value is there. They got him to Miami, so he knows some of the staff over there. Mike and Mike. Oh my God, is it Mike McDaniel? Mike McDaniels is over there, and stuff. So, it's a good spot. I think it's a good trade. We got a little bit back from what we probably traded for McCaffrey. It is sad because Jeff Wilson is such a cool story, but wish him the best. All right. Here is the next one. This is D'Amico Ryan on Jason Verrett's injury.
To open it up, I know everyone saw the news, heard the news about Verrett, but it's just unfortunate, devastating injury for him and for us. We all feel for JV. We know the work that he's put in to come back, and we're all saddened about what happened to him. JV is an unbelievable person, unbelievable leader that he's been for us. He's been tremendous, like leading these young guys and giving us everything he's had. So it's just an unfortunate thing, but we're praying for JV that he's able to, bounce back and recover. He's been through it before. We know he will. Strong man. So we're all our thoughts are with him at this time because we know how difficult it is, for him, and we know how much work he put in, how much, how dedicated he was to coming back and helping his team. So it's definitely hurt for us. But the guys are with him and the guys around him to pick up the slack and be ready to roll. Just to open it.
All right. So if you guys didn't know, it's announced this week that Jason Verrett tore his Achilles. So he's out for the rest of the season and stuff. So he is gone. That ties into Damien's question. Do you think we need to sign a quarter? I never say no with how injured this team is. I would never say no to having depth on the roster. Just having more bodies there sometimes is a good thing. Thank you, Damien. I do think it'd be nice just to have, because we don't have that much depth there, so I would feel more comfortable if we did sign somebody there. That would, I don't know, it just makes sense to me to sign somebody, especially since we did lose Rhett, who we were hoping to get back so that we could have more depth. But now that Rhett's out for like the rest of the season, we might need another body there, especially just how injured this team gets. It's probably never a bad thing. So I would say, yeah, just to have more just to have somebody there. Because there was a point this season where we didn't even have enough for the 52-man roster because of how injured we were. So it's interesting. Hopefully that answers your question. All right, let's see, get that off. All right, here is Shanahan on just overall injuries.
All right, we got Armstead will be out. Verrett is out. He should be on IR later today. And Sampson's doubtful. And that's it. All right.
All right, so Armstead is a big shocker because he's dealing with the plantar fasciitis issue. But also, I believe it was announced or reported that he has a hairline fracture in one of his bones of his leg. I don't know if it's a tibia or fibia. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was reported by one of the beat writers. So he is out this week. It sucks. I hope he gets better. But it's bad. It's bad timing on it. Like, it just sucks with his leg. Because none of us need that, but I think we all kind of had a feeling that was something else was going on. But the plantar fasciitis thing is a big deal because it does hurt your feet. Like I mentioned before, I knew my mom has it, so had it when she was a nurse. So, it's a struggle, guys. So I was not surprised he was out for a while. Yeah, he has a hairline fracture in his leg. There's no update, really anything. We will keep you guys updated. I haven't seen anything regarding that. Just know he is not playing this week. And so there's that. In a comment. Can't find a decent corner anywhere. I mean, at this point, we probably will be signing guys off the street. I don't think we're gonna find like a good corner, and we can't trade now because the trade deadline's over. So unless somebody hits waivers and we can grab them on waivers, we're probably gonna just have to send somebody off the street or who's on waivers. So we're not gonna they're not gonna be like a name. Unless like for some reason somebody gets cut, a really big name corner gets cut, and then they could come back. Like them, and somehow so everybody else skipped them until he got to us on the waiver wire, and then we were able to grab them. But yeah, I mean, if we do sign somebody, it's probably not going to be a big name or anybody that we probably really know very well. It'll probably just be to fill bodies if we do. But we'll see what the team decides to do. Would you sign Nick Dominican Sue? It would depend on his price, I think, for me. I do think we have a pretty decent rotation right now, and we are getting some guys back from injury. Even though we're not getting Armstead back, we are getting some guys back. So I don't know. I mean, I would. It's always like this team has built its foundation on making sure they have guys in the trenches and have spent a lot of draft capital on that. We'll talk about another player in a minute. And stuff. So that's a good question. I don't know. I feel like he's going to be too pricey though for what we really need him to do. I don't know. I feel like it would depend on the price for me. But I feel like he's going to be too expensive. Where I'd feel comfortable. Because if we do sign him, we're probably not keeping him long term. So I don't know if I want to spend that much money. But yeah, if the Armstead situation keeps escalating the way it has been this season, then maybe, because if his plantar fasciitis is bothering him this much that he really can't play like hardly at all, then I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. We have 4.85 million left. I know that's a good chunk of change. How much do you think Sue would cost? Because I know he's a name, so he's going to cost a little bit. Like, if we signed him for, like, maybe $1 million or whatever the vet minimum is, maybe. It's possible. I wouldn't hate it. I'm not totally against it. But we do have a lot of guys in rotation. So I don't know. That's a good question. I wouldn't hate it. I don't know if I personally would do it. Unless like the Armstead thing still keeps escalating more and more and more. But we'll see. I mean, that is a good little bit chunk of change. We'll see. I'm guessing you would sign him, Jaymie, if you wanted to. So the good thing is we are getting a lot of people back. The Jason Brett's going to go on IR. So I'll play one more time because I forgot who it was.
We got Armstead will be out. Verrett is out. He should be on IR later today. And Sampson's doubtful. And that's it.
And Sampson's doubtful. So everybody else is good and clear to go. So All the other players we have available are feeling good. They got a good break for the bye week. They're healed. They're healthy. They're ready to go for Sunday. So, you think he'll cost more than 4.85? Yeah. See, if he's gonna cost more than that, I probably wouldn't do it. I don't know if I feel comfortable doing that. That's me personally. Me personally, I don't think I'd feel comfortable doing that. I'd rather stick with the guys that we have. But unless he got unless he was really, really cheap, then maybe I would consider it. But yeah. All right. And then the last one, you have Simpson on not Simpson, Shanahan on Javon Kinlaw.
I think it's stuff we're discussing. Just thinking of it right now. All the flying and stuff and the altitude up there, I think things would have to go really well for us to make that decision. I think it's stuff we're discussing. Just thinking of it right now. All the flying and stuff and the altitude up there, I think things would have to go really well for us to make that decision.
So as we know, Javon Kinlaw has been dealing with his knees, his like arthritis. I don't know what it is exactly that they're calling it, but basically, what I've been told is basically this is going to be like he's going to have like no cartilage in his knees, like he's going to have like arthritis in his knees. So he's had issues there. I'm assuming because I've just listened to this clips that is involving him being re-signed for like his rookie deal or whatever, whenever that is, up for debate. I don't know. Kinlaw is kind of disappointing. We drafted him in the first round. He looks really big, but he has just not consistently been able to play, and all that. So I don't know, honestly. So let me see. I have some comments here. Let's see if there are anything about this. Yeah, Jaymie, I was signing ASAP. Okay. I mean, yeah, you do got to spend money to get good players, but we just did a lot of draft capital to get Christian McCaffrey. So I don't know. It kind of just depends. I do agree though. Like we can't be cheap. So maybe it is me being a little bit cheap, but well, we'll see. I think for me, it just kind of depends on how. I know this Eric Armstead thing is starting to become kind of serious, so I would need to figure out what exactly is going on with him because they haven't put him on IR, so it's very weird. Anyway, back to Kinlaw. He hasn't been consistent, really, to be honest with you guys. It's been kind of rough with him on and off. He has some good plays. He had good games, doesn't have good games. So I don't know. It's tough to see. Like Shanahan said, I hope if he plays well, then great. Maybe we'll keep him if he plays consistently well. But I just can't see the team keeping him after his contract's over. I just really can't. And if you guys have any thoughts on Kinlaw, because I don't have very many positive thoughts on Kinlaw. Because it's a mess, a little bit of a mess. For Kinlaw, he just has not had the great rookie career that I think we were all hoping he was going to have. And with injury, it's just this team and injuries is just a mess. So I get frustrated every time I think about it. So. Alrighty. Well, if there's no thoughts about Kinlaw, we'll just move on to previewing the game for this weekend. So Sunday for Sunday Night Football is us and the LA Chargers. I believe we're playing at home. Have to double check. Let me check. I believe we're playing at home, but I could. We're going to have the schedule in my phone. Yeah, we're playing at home. It's at Levi's. Yeah. It's going to be a good game. Chargers are tough, though. I just saw a tweet from somebody. I have to double check, make sure it's verified, that Keenan Allen is probably out. Chargers have no. Let me see. They know. Let's see. Double check. I see we have comments, but I just want to double check. Because the Chargers I believe, are pretty banged up right now. So you might have a little bit of advantage coming back after the bye, being healthy. But you never know. Sometimes we get out of rhythm and it takes a minute to get back into rhythm. So it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Oh yeah, Field Yates, who is a this is him, who is on the Fantasy Focus football show on ESPN, just tweeted that Keenan Allen is officially out for the Sunday. So they already ruled Keenan Allen out. Yeah, I believe Kamal's gone after this year. I would not be surprised. We need to look out who's on the street and piece what we need. Yeah, I agree. We'll definitely figure it out. The team is good at grabbing players off the street and figuring that stuff out. So we'll see. And I do agree. Kamal, if he can't get healthy, he's probably going to be gone. But yeah, I mean, the Chargers are a tough team. The game will be close all the way until the kickoff. Yeah. The Chargers are always a tough team. Justin Herbert is a very good quarterback. I just saw tweets that the Chargers are pretty banged up, so we might have some luck there. But we'll see. I mean, they play in a very, very tough division. The Chargers are a very decent football team, so I'll never put anything past them. And yeah, my cousin's a Chargers fan, so I've been talking about him. And he mentioned the game like 3 or 4 weeks ago when we were playing the Rams the first time, I believe. And he said he was not looking forward to this game and playing against us because he said we don't play well. So it'll be an interesting game. It's interesting that our first game back is a primetime game. Waiting till the evening always makes me a little bit nervous too. Also, I prefer the earlier games, but what are you gonna do? So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. My score prediction, I feel like it's gonna probably be about 28-25. I feel like it'll be like a 3-point difference. I don't know how they get 25 points, but like 24, 27, something like it's gonna be close. I feel like because Justin Herbert has an arm and he's a tough guy, so it'll be an interesting game. We'll see who's playing. Let me see if I can figure out the LA Chargers injury report real quick. Let's see if I can. See if I can find them on Twitter. Ah, there it is. Questionable. Trey Pimpkins, Brandon Jameis, doubtful. Chris Rumpf, out. Keenan Allen, Dustin Hopkins, Mike Williams. Here's their full injury report. Keenan Allen is out. DeAndre Carter was injured, but he practiced in full all week, so he's probably going to be playing. Brandon James, shoulder, limited, questionable. Khalil Mack, probably playing. Trey McKitty, hamstring, but he was limited Thursday, full today. Amir, I cannot say his name. Okay, I don't know how to say that name. He had a groin injury. He was limited but full the rest of the week. Yeah. Mike Williams has an ankle injury. He is listed as out. Did I put that up? Okay. Interesting. So it'll be interesting. Bidding on the Chargers like New Mexico Bees, Niners 31-15. I mean, it's possible. The Chargers still look pretty banged up, to be honest with you. The Niners, Eric Armstead is out. Aaron Banks is good. He did not practice Tuesday. He was out for personal reasons, and he did not practice Wednesday, but he practiced in full Thursday and Friday. Ibaka has a quad Achilles injury, so he's doubtful. Drake Greenlaw was limited on Wednesday and Thursday, full on Friday. Jawan Jennings has a hamstring, but he practiced in full all week. Kyle Juszczyk practiced in full all week. Tyler Croft did not participate on Friday, and it's blank, so that's interesting. Debo has a hamstring injury, but he practiced in full all week. Jason Verrett is out. Jimmy Ward practiced in full all week. And Trent Williams pretty much practiced in full all week. So we're definitely healthier than the Chargers right now. And stuff. So I think that is good. That definitely goes in our benefit. It'll just be an interesting game. It's just going to be interesting to see the team coming back after the bye. That's all I can really say. I know I've been rambling forever, so I'm going to wrap this thing up. But yeah, anything else you guys want to talk about before I wrap it up? Been going for about half an hour. Anything else? Because I think that's pretty much it. I think we're going to win. Have a good feeling. I'll actually be able to watch this game because I'll be home right around during the first half of the game, probably. So I'll be able to get home and watch it instead of listening to it, which will be nice. But yeah, it'll be fun. I always like playing against the Chargers, like cracking up with my cousin. It's a good time. It's a good time. And alrighty. Thank you, Damien, for tuning in and for commenting. I appreciate it. Yeah, guys. So I think that's going to do it for us today. Remember, follow Niner Faithful Radio or Niner Faithful R. We're on Facebook and Instagram at Niner Faithful Radio. If you follow any of those, you'll find links to all of our other social medias. I believe we're at Niner Faithful Radio on Twitch as well. Follow any of those, you'll find us everywhere. And yeah, and we will see you Sunday. Our main guy, Niner Faithful, is going to do the pregame show. I think he does it around 9 a.m. Jason's I'm assuming, going to be doing the halftime show. And then I will be doing the postgame show. Probably be closer to the actual 9 o'clock since the game probably will end at 8:30. Give me a little bit of time to get some notes and stuff ready. So it'll be a little bit of a later post-game show, so hopefully you guys can stick around for it. I know if any of you are East Coasters, I know it's pretty late. So, but yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys all next week. Bye-bye.